And welcome in to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball on Lee County News and Sport YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan, solo this afternoon, and it's the first of a two-game slate for you this afternoon, a doubleheader against visiting Clovis, and we are in the district now. Of course, we started district on Tuesday night with a pair of games in Roswell at Roswell High. Hobbs split up that pair with Roswell High. They won the first game 15-7. They lost the second game 9-3. So here we come into District 1-1, and they want to pick up this pair of wins against Clovis if they can, and be that much stronger and move forward into district play, because Carlsbad is always strong, but Hobbs played them a very close game and lost by just a run in 8 innings less than 2 weeks ago. So this Hobbs team is plenty salty and plenty capable. They just need to put their best games together tonight against Clovis. So let's go ahead and give you the lineups for Hobbs and Lovington. They have not done the announcement of players yet, so I'm going to go down and start with our own Hobbs Lady Eagles, since they'll be in the field first and not coming up to the plate until the bottom of the first. So batting first will be number 4, Abby Zambrano. Batting second will be number 5, Jackie Fuentes. At shortstop, Zambrano will be playing second base. Batting third will be number 3, Mariah Jimenez in center field. Batting fourth will be number 1, Edith Chavez, who is going to be catching. Batting fifth will be number 9, Ali Garcia at first base. Batting sixth will be number 10, Natalie Silva in right field. Batting seventh will be number 15, Addie Ralston, the designated player. Batting eighth will be number 17, Sol Rangel in left field. Batting ninth will be number 14, Marina Valenzuela, who's going to be playing third base. And your flex player is number 18, Carissa Sigala, who's going to be pitching. Your bench is number 7, Anaya Rodriguez, and number 8, Angel Jimenez. And for your visiting Clovis Lady Wildcats under Coach Chavez, number 3 is Selena Lopez at shortstop. She's batting first. Batting second would be number 11, Corelli Baeza, who is in left field. Batting third is going to be number 10, Jaslyn Marin, who is going to be at second base. Batting fourth will be number 20, Amor Soto, who's playing third base. Batting fifth is number 1, Andrea Chavez, who is in center field. Batting sixth is number 7, Brooke Renteria, who is catching. Batting seventh will be number 14, Kiara Nowak, who is going to be pitching. Batting eighth is number 8, Sierra Rodriguez in right field. And batting ninth will be number 17, Madison Cushing at first base. Your substitute or reserve player for Clovis is number 9, Brooklyn Garza. Clovis carrying a very short bench, so I know that they hope that nothing goes wrong with their players. I also note that Kaya Boyle is not in the lineup or listed on the roster for Hobbs. She had an injury in the warm-up for the games in Roswell and was pulled at the last minute, and was told that she was, I think she probably went through concussion protocol and, was going to have to be checked out, and was told that she, should not play those 2 games on Tuesday night in Roswell. So I guess that she is still out because of that injury. So we certainly wish her all the best and hope that she's going to be joining us again for the Hobbs Lady Eagle games as soon as possible. We're going to take a break while we do the national anthem. We'll be back with more Hobbs Lady Eagle softball coming up. Come on.
Seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Oh, yes! Strike! Good times, baby! Definitely good, healthy fun with family and friends is what you get at Bel Air Bowl, the only place to bowl for nearly 100 miles around. You can grab a snack and bowl, play pool, or even video arcade. They're the perfect place for a birthday party. Bel Air Bowl has got you covered and can make it happen. Find them on Facebook or Google Bel Air Bowl. They are located behind Big Lots in the Bel Air Shopping Center. Where we roll at Bel Air Bowl. Divine Energy Services in the Permian Basin. Divine is more than just an amazing partner in the oil field. They are committed to the youth in the Permian Basin as well. From academics to athletics, you can be assured that Divine is supporting it. Remember Divine Energy for all of your oil field needs. Divine Energy Services, supporting the Permian Basin and the Hobbs Eagles since 2006.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube on HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan, and the reason we are not on Hobbs Sports YouTube tonight is that the Hobbs Eagle baseball team is playing, and they take precedence when they are playing on the same night as the Hobbs girls. Then the Hobbs boys get Hobbs Sports YouTube, and the Hobbs girls are on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, and of course on HobbsAmerica.com as well. So we are happy to bring you the streams of these games for the Lady Eagles, and thank you very much for watching and listening. So it will be Clovis, the visiting team, up to bat first, and the field for Hobbs will be Segala pitching in the circle, Segala, and then Chavez behind the plate. That's your battery, Segala, Chavez. And at first will be Garcia, Zambrano at second, Fuentes at short, Valenzuela at third, Rangel in left, Jimenez in center, and Silva in right. Some adjustments to the infield, making allowances for Kaya Boyle, who's normally the starting shortstop, who is out injured. And that is the reason, the difference for the changes in the infield. And the first pitch is going to be a call strike. It is Lopez, Baeza, and Marin up. Lopez at the bat, Baeza, who is on deck, and Marin in the hole. An 0-1 count. And a ground ball headed to second base. Zambrano scoops it up and fires over to Garcia. Second pitch that is thrown is an out. Position 4-3 in the books for out number 1. So 1 out. Pretty efficient, just 2 pitches pitched. And I know that Clovis has been in a rebuilding mode with their softball program over the last few seasons. And I had spoken with their head coach a couple of different times when I was up on the road last season for the Lady Eagle games. And I know that they're carrying a pretty short roster. There's a little fly ball headed to shallow right, and Silva comes in on that, makes the grab. That was contact on the very first pitch thrown to Baeza. So a fly out to position 9 for out number 2. 3 pitches thrown, 2 outs. Pretty efficient. That brings up Jaslyn Marin, who is the second baseman, up to the plate. Soto on deck, Chavez in the hole. First pitch is going to come in high for ball number 1. It was over the plate, but just a little bit high. So 1-0 count on Marin. Hobbs looking to get out sufficiently if they can. And a swing and a miss. Marin in front of that just a little bit. And Segala putting that one over the outside corner. I think it probably would have been a call strike had Marin not swung at it, but her bat just a little too short. She was a little in front of it. A swing, and this time it's scooped up by the third baseman. Valenzuela picks it up, and makes the throw to Garcia. It pulled Garcia off the bag just a little bit. She had a good stretch, and she had it in her glove. I thought she was going to get it. So I have to credit that as not a throwing error, but a catching error. So an E3 will put Marin on base. Hobbs needs to minimize the errors and try to get this third out. A little bouncer going back to the circle. Could be trouble, but Segala picks it up, then throws, but not in time. It was trouble. it was a bouncer, and it was really hard to pick up. A lot of times, if there's not a lot of movement on the ball, a coach will tell you, don't try to pick it up with your glove. Go ahead and pick it up with your bare hand, because it's too easy to fumble a dead ball with the glove. But it would have been tough for anybody, not pointing anything out. She did the best she could, got to that, and made the throw, just not in time. So Soto is on first, Marin on 2 on second base, and Chavez at the plate, where the count on her is 1-1. But 2 outs, if Hobbs can just concentrate on the fact that they've got 2 outs, and they just need to get the third out and without giving up any runs. That's what they want to do here. Chavez is at the plate, though, the center fielder for Clovis, and that's going to miss high and outside for a ball. So 2-1 is the count now on Chavez. Soto stood up and, of course, struck it, hit the first ball that she saw. 2-1 the count. 2 outs, runners on first and second. That's over the plate, but too low. So is going to run the count 3-1. Going to be incumbent to try to get this batter out, although bases loaded with 2 outs is not such a bad thing. But that is going to be a ball low and inside for a walk. And that's going to load the bases. So Marin on third, Soto on second, Chavez on first. Brings up number 7, Brooke Renteria, to the plate, the catcher for Clovis. So 2 outs, bases loaded, a force at any base if Renteria keeps the ball in the infield. Hobbs has a good chance. And that is a weak one going to third base, a little weak pop on the first pitch that Renteria saw. So Clovis threatened, but Hobbs got out of the jam. A little pop to the third baseman, position number 5 for the third out. And just like that, it's Hobbs' turn at the plate. No runs on no hits, no outright hits. There were 2 errors and 3 left on base. So we'll be back with the bottom of the first. More Hobbs Lady Eagle softball coming up after a word from our sponsors.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
It's me, Sammy Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes, your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside, causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Tell Sammy Sludge you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
That coffee shop owner down.
Welcome back to Hobbs Softball, Lady Eagle Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And in the top of the first inning, Clovis with no hits, no runs on no hits, 2 errors, 3 left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. Lady Eagles up to the plate. Zambrano will lead things off. Fuentes on deck, Jimenez in the hole. Abby Zambrano playing second base. Trying to get things started for Hobbs now. They need to populate the bases. Go ahead and try to get as many runs in early in this game as they can. All right, let me pause and go look and see what somebody was... Oh, thought I was getting a text. I was not. I have to pay attention to those during the game in case there's something wrong. So 3 outs in that first top of the inning. And the first pitch that Zambrano sees, she hits, and it's going to go into shallow center field and put her on first base. So bottom of the first, no outs. And number 5, Jackie Fuentes, the shortstop, to the plate. Abby Zambrano on first. And first pitch is in. It's going to be a ball. So 1-0 count on Fuentes. No outs, a runner on. Hobbs wanting to... that comes in over the plate, but a little high. It was right over the heart of the plate, but just a little above the letters for ball number 2. So 2-0 is the count now. A swing and a line drive shot is going to go out to right field. Rodriguez picks it up and throws to second. A good fielding play and a good throw, but Zambrano was on her horse early and was able to make it safely to second, and Fuentes is on with a single. So
Now batting the center fielder,
Lady
number
Eagles
3, Mariah Jimenez.
hitting and getting on base early. No outs, 2 on. Mariah Jimenez, the center fielder, to the plate. The first pitch is outside for ball number 1. A fastball that got away from Nowak just a little bit. She's got pretty good speed. And that is going to miss just high. She's not wild at all. She's just missing the zone when she misses, just by a bit. But she has got plenty of pop in the glove. Hobbs, Lady Eagles. Ooh, laced into that one, knocked down by the shortstop, thrown over to third for the force out. So Jimenez will reach on the fielder's choice, and Zambrano is thrown out 6-5 for the first out. Clovis showing good basics, getting the lead runner, doing the smart play there, not throwing to first, but going ahead and tossing over to Soto at third. So that brings up number 1, Edith Chavez, to the plate, and the first pitch is going to be in there for strike 1. So now 1 out, an 0-1 count on Chavez, the catcher for Hobbs. But Hobbs still in business with runners on first and second. Don't want to waste those runners. Oh, a nice hit is going to be out into left field. It is thrown in by Baeza to third, and that's going to hold Fuentes on second. And Jimenez with Edith Chavez with an RBI single drives in a run, and Hobbs is on the board. So 1-0 with just 1 out and a chance to do some more damage.
Number 9, Ellie Garcia.
And that's a ground ball to the shortstop. This time the throw a little too hard. Lopez kind of snaps it, and Soto not able to handle that. It gets by her, and that's going to score a run. So just like that, Hobbs is up 2-0. And Garcia is sitting there on second. She reaches on a fielder's choice because the throw went to the third baseman, and it was a throwing error that allowed Chavez to get on third. So an E6 on the throw. Garcia at first, or at second rather, and Natalie Silva is at the plate with a 2-0 count. 1 out, 2 runs in. That's going to miss outside. That's going to be ball number 3. So 3-0 count on Silva, the right fielder for Hobbs. Trying to keep the line moving for Hobbs. They want to get as many, and that's a call strike. It was framed up by the catcher, but really didn't need the frame. Renteria holding that, didn't really frame it, just held it where it was, which was on the outside corner. The take sign on, playing the percentages there for Silva. Now that's going to miss outside. And a threatened throw down to third, but it doesn't matter because the bases are loaded with that walk. That's the second walk. No, just the first walk issued. That is the first walk issued by Nowak. It does load the bases. And Maddie Ralston, the designated player, up to the plate. So a walk, a fielder's choice, an RBI single populated the bases, and a little hit right back into the circle. And Nowak picks it up and fires home to catch the lead runner. So Ralston will reach on the fielder's choice, and Chavez is out on the throw home.
Now batting the left fielder, number 17, Sol
So
Rangel.
1-2 for the second out. And brings up Sol Rangel to the plate. And a little hit back to the circle picked up by Nowak. And Nowak again, this time, gets Ali Garcia out at the plate for the third out. So back-to-back 1-2 in the books for out number 3. And Sol Rangel actually would have reached, she did technically reach on the fielder's choice. But that's it. And that does it. But Hobbs is able to plate 2. So out of all that activity on the bases, 2 runs came in. Some pretty good fielding and smart plays by Clovis limited Hobbs to 2 runs. But they are on the board in the bottom of the first inning. 2 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. There were 2, just the 1 error. 1 error. And 3 left on base. So we are going to go to the top of the second inning. Clovis coming up to the plate, and we'll be back with more Hobbs Lady Eagles softball on the way.
Street is trying to pay tuition bills. The florist, who's been there for every life moment, is just a few years from retirement. And there's an entrepreneur who risked it all to open a restaurant. Lee County State Bank encourages you to shop small. Our local businesses are barely hanging on, and they need our support now more than ever before. Follow Lee County State Bank on Facebook for small business spotlights. Visit us at onlinelcsb.com.
Just call us.
Welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. It was an interesting, it was very interesting bottom of the first inning as Hobbs was able to put 2 runs across. They did that by hitting 3 times. They had 3 hits. There was 1 error committed, 3 left on base. So it is top of the second inning, and it's the bottom of the order for Clovis as we go top of the second after 3 outs. And Nowak, Rodriguez, Cushing up 7, 8, and 9 in that order. And the second pitch is fouled out of play. First one was a strike, so now 0-2 on Nowak with Sigala in the circle for Hobbs. Chavez behind the plate. That's going to be low. Inside and low for ball number 1, but Sigala with some balls to give as she's still ahead in the count to Nowak. Kiara Nowak, the pitcher for Clovis, trying to help her own cause here at the bat. That one is a little wild, hits the ground and bounces back. Nobody on base, so Chavez chased that one to the backstop. So 2-2 is the count. And that's also low and inside for ball 3. So just Sigala temporarily having a little problem with the mechanics of her windmill style pitch. Hopefully going to get back in shape. She had been doing a nice job. She did a good job in the top of the first inning. And that one's going to be low and inside as well. Needs to just kind of figure out what's going on with that. It's easy to kind of get into a little, in golf you call it having the yips, right? And so it's easy as a pitcher to kind of, as it is a batter. Sometimes you get the yips, you get into a little slump as a batter, you get the yips. And so when that happens as a pitcher, sometimes you just need a breath, need to take a time out, need to think about the mechanics of your motion and your release, especially your release point with that ball, and then just kind of get back in the groove.
Now batting number 8, Sierra Rodriguez.
That brings Sierra Rodriguez up to the plate after the walk. So no outs, a runner on second. And a 1-0 count on Sierra Rodriguez, the right fielder. Swing and a miss. There we go. As Sigala brings it back in. And sometimes, too, it can be when you try a different pitch. You can try when you try one of the other pitches in your arsenal that maybe not is as solid as the rest of them, or you just try that and it's just not working, and then you feel like it's hard. You get stuck. It's hard to get back into your other pitches. Whether you're pitching a fastball, or you're trying to hit the outside corner, or you're doing a riser, or maybe a curve, a drop ball. Looking good now. The batter thought so as well. Rodriguez laced into that. A line drive shot over the second baseman is going to put Rodriguez on first and move Nowak to second. But well played out there. I can say the Silva has had a couple of balls come out there into right field, and a fly ball in the first, and another. And she's been handling things out there well. And so that brings up the batter in the 9th slot, or the 9th hole, as they say. It's Madison Cushing, the first baseman. So a 1-0 count on her. And the next pitch is a ball as well. 2-0 count. No outs. Runners on first and second. after that line drive shot. That is so tough. As a pitcher, that was a hard hit ball right back to her, and it was low. It was just headed right between her legs, right between her feet, and nothing much she could do about that. But when she reached down to grab it, it was already through. It had that much speed on it, so it's a hit. It's not an error.
Now batting the leadoff hitter, number 3, Selena.
So a single loads the bases, and the top of the order, Selena Lopez up, swings at the first pitch he sees. It's popped up out of play for strike 1. Again, no out. Bases are loaded. Hobbs can hopefully try to do the same thing Clovis did and just kind of get infield, get the ball on the ground or inside the infield, and try to get forced outs, make good throws, get forced outs, and get out. And nice as, a call, strike. Segala finding the outside of the plate. So strike out for out number 1, a good time for it. Nice job, Segala. Hitting the outside corner, and the ump calling those corners very consistently now for both pitchers. He's been doing the same call for each pitcher on the inside and outside corners. And Segala I think probably was getting frustrated with herself there and decided, you know what, I'm gonna start firing these in there. Oh, hello. Let me go ahead and turn the audio off. We're gonna try to get the window in front of me slam shut. Okay, welcome back. That's something that's never happened before. The window, the window in front of the camera here on my side of the announcer's booth, it failed and it went. And so leading off for Hobbs, the leadoff batter, Marina Valenzuela, the third baseman, hit the first pitch she saw, and a nice ground ball went up the middle, ground ball with eyes, and where nobody could get it, and puts her on first base. So a nice solid single has Valenzuela on first base as Hobbs was able to get out of that top of the second inning. So I'm going to make the adjustment here. We're in the bottom of the second. Sorry, I just we had to stop and deal with that and get the window back open. Oh, a chopper right back to the circle, and Nowak turned to throw. Her throw was right on. It was right over the second base, but her shortstop Lopez wasn't there yet, so she turned around and just automatically threw to the base. But Lopez wasn't there to cover, so it went out in center field. Chavez did get it, knocked it down, and threw it in, and so that puts Zambrano on first. So it really is an E6. The throw was there, and Valenzuela safe on second. Zambrano on first, and Jackie Fuentes up to the plate with a 1-1 count on her. No outs. as Hobbs being very aggressive at the plate, hitting the first pitch that's hittable, they think. A high fly ball going out to right field is going to land in front of Rodriguez. She drifted over toward the line and could not get to that in time, so not an error. Her glove did not catch that. Fuentes is on with a single. So a well-hit fly ball that just almost hit foul, but just barely. Mariah Jimenez to the plate now. And a call, strike one, as Nowak getting a little frustrated as bases are loaded after a couple of singles. Mariah Jimenez. And another strike. So 0-2 count. And she's going to have to be protecting the plate now. She's got bases loaded for her with no outs. A high pop fly. Somebody's going to call it. Who's calling it? Third baseman Soto called it, but then dropped it. And all of the infielders are going to be safe. They call it, I think it's the infield fly rule, right? I think it's the infield fly rule.
Now batting the catcher, number 1, Edith Chavez.
Edith Chavez is going to the plate. So Chavez, first pitch is in, and it is a ball. So 1 out, bases still loaded. That misses inside. In fact, Renteria knocks it down. Otherwise, one of the Hobbs Lady Eagles standing on third might have been trying for home on that one. As it is, it's 2 balls, 1 out, bases loaded. Ooh, that's going to be a... No, it misses just a little high and outside. So ball 3 now on Edith Chavez. Swing and a high fly ball headed out to center field. I don't think anybody is going to get it. Chavez tries for it. And are they going to call her out? They do get the out at third, but not before Hobbs plates one. So it's going to be an RBI single for Edith Chavez. She reaches first. It does score the Lady Eagle on third. I believe that was Valenzuela, the leadoff batter. So she comes in, and then that leaves a runner on second and first. So the out was called, the throw from center field over 8-5 for 1 out. 2 outs now. Second out.
Number 9, Ali Garcia.
So 2 outs, runners on first and second, and that brings number 9, Ali Garcia, the first baseman, up to the plate. She reached on a fielder's choice and got thrown out at home her last time up. So runners at first and second now for Hobbs. Swing and a miss. That is going to be a nice hit, a base hit that's going to score 1, and a throw going over to third base is going to get away from Soto, but she gets to it in time. So that's going to be an RBI. It's really a single, and Garcia moved to second on the throw. So an RBI single. She moved to second on the throw in.
Now batting the right fielder, number 10, Natalie Silva.
Chavez is safe at third. First pitch is going to come in. It's going to be a ball just a little bit outside on Silva. So 2 outs. Hobbs has plated 2 so far in this at bat. They're still going with 2 outs and runners at second and third. They'd like to get more of these runs in and increase their lead. It is 4-0 right now. Bottom of the second. High fly ball. That could land. It's going to land foul. Had it landed fair, it probably would have been a hit, as it sort of was in no man's land there. A high fly ball, kind of held up a little by the wind, I think, as well. Just becomes a long strike. So 2-1 is the count. Natalie Silva, left-handed batter, playing right field, doing a nice job out in the field for Hobbs today. Oh, a nice, smoked that one down the third base line. It went foul, though, so that'll be Strike number 2, 2-2 the count. That was moving down the line, though. It's a shame that went foul because that had 2 runs written all over it. So 2 outs, runners on second and third, 2-2 count. Here in the, oh, yep, she did. She broke the plane, I would have to say. But Hobbs did manage to get 2 runs across that time, and that's always good. That's a good thing. So 3rd out, a strikeout, as it was a check swing that she just didn't check soon enough. But still, no problems as Hobbs scored 2 runs. And they did that on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. No errors. 2 left on base. So we move to the top of the 3rd inning. Clovis coming up to the plate. And we'll be back with more Hobbs Lady Eagle softball coming up on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Ride you like, we'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
Cinco de Mayo specials are going on this week at Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs.
Baby back pork ribs, $1.99 a pound. Boneless beef ribeye steak, $6.99 a pound. Fresh sirloin in pork roast, $1.19 a pound. Large Roma tomatoes, 99 cents a pound. Large red honey mangoes, 99 cents each. Fancy sweet corn, 2 for $1. And tropical kiwi fruit, 2 for $1.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda, 400 East Marlin, and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle softball as top of the 3rd inning. And your first batter up, number 10, Jaslyn Marin.
Now batting number 20, Amor Soto.
Hit a ground ball. And it was fielded. Fuentes got it, but by the time she got it was kind of a slow roller. By the time she got it and made a good throw, Marin beat out the throw. So an infield single, no foul. No error. Infield single has Clovis in business with 1 runner on, no outs, and Amor Soto, the 3rd baseman, to the plate. It's her 2nd plate appearance. She reached on an error and got stranded her first time up. And she has a 1-1 count on her. No outs, a runner on first. And a little line drive shot over to Valenzuela. She picked it up and then immediately threw to first to try to get Marin off base. And the ball got by Garcia and moves Marin to second. So Soto is out on the line drive shot to position 5. And a nice play by Valenzuela, who picked that one out. Your instincts take over and your glove goes up, and that's the really challenge is to hang on to it. And then she immediately thought about throwing to first. So 1 out. And an 0-2 count now on Andrea Chavez. 0-2. 1 out, a runner on second in scoring position now for Clovis. Hobbs needs to, and that's going to fall in for a base hit in shallow left, but well played by Rangel, who makes the grab and throws into 3rd base to Valenzuela and keeps Marin at 3rd. So runners at the corners now. Chavez on with a single. There's a little Texas leaguer that just dropped in shallow left. Nobody could get to it. Too far back for the short or 3rd baseman to get back, and too far forward for the left fielder to come in. So 1-0 count now on Brooke Renteria, the catcher. 1 out, runners at the corners, a throw to second base, and they get the runner, but of course that out is scored. So Hobbs is still leading. But the runner does score. So Clovis is on Hobbs. Hobbs was happy to trade the run for the out, and now a line drive shot straight up the middle, played well by Jimenez out there and thrown in, keeps Clovis alive. And it may be a good thing that they got that lead runner. I think that runner would only have been able to get to third, but still. So Brooke Renteria is on with a single. Chavez was thrown out, 2 to second, the catcher to the second base out there. So 2 outs now. An 0-1 count, not 1-0. 0-1 on Nowak, the pitcher. She reached on a walk and got stranded her last time up. This is her second plate appearance, and a weak hit out to shortstop on the run. Nicely played by Fuentes, who had to really watch the timing on that, pick it up, and then make a good throw on the run as well. So nicely played out there, and Hobbs gets out of that with just giving up the 1 run to Clovis. So they score 1 run, and it is 4-1 now. But Hobbs still in the lead, and they get to bat coming up. Bottom of the 3rd inning on the way here. More Hobbs Lady Eagle softball coming up.
Company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Well, in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Hobbs was able Clovis was able to, I'm sorry, I got distracted. I was looking at my phone. Thought a message was coming in. In the top of the 3rd inning, Clovis was able to plate 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors, 1 left on base. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Hobbs coming up to the plate. It is the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9 due up. Ralston, Rangel, Valenzuela. And here we go.
15, Addie Ralston.
So Addie Ralston, the designated player, reached on a fielder's choice and got stranded her first time up. This is her second plate appearance, and the first pitch is going to be a call, strike 1. So 0-1 count. Hobbs gave up a run. They'd like to get that run back here if they can. A swing and a foul tip back to the screen for strike number 2. 0-2 count. Rangel on deck, Valenzuela in the hole. And then it'll be back up top of the order because Hobbs does not want to go down 1, 2, 3. They'd like to populate the bases and get some more runs in. A nice ground ball is going to get knocked down by Marin, who, wow, makes a heck of a play. Ralston running, but can't quite beat it out. As I did not think, and I don't think anybody thought that Marin was going to be able to get to that ball. She not only knocks it down, gets up and throws it to first in time to just nick Addie Ralston and get her by half a step there at first. So credit where credit's due. A nice play, Hobbs, of getting a base runner, at least with that batter. So 1 out. Still got plenty of chances, though. Saul Rangel. She reached on a fielder's choice and got stranded her last time up. This is her second plate appearance. A swing and a nice line drive shot over the first baseman's head is fair, and she gets waved around to second base. Rodriguez out there a little trouble picking that up, and Rangel will go to third. The throw comes in, not in time. I will say that Clovis was able to go ahead and make those throws a little faster and better than I thought that they were going to be able to really threaten to get Rangel out at third. But she slides in. She gets in on time. So that is a triple for Rangel and puts Hobbs in business. Just one out. A runner on third, and number 14, Marina Valenzuela, the third baseman, up to the plate. And Valenzuela hit a single and scored for Hobbs her first time up. This is her second plate appearance. Swing, and a chopper is going to go between the short and third baseman and going to score one and put her on first. So an RBI single for Valenzuela. That was a ground ball with eyes as Lopez dove for it but could not get a glove on it. RBI single has Valenzuela at first.
The leadoff hitter, the second baseman, number 4, Abby Zambrano.
That scored Valenzuela. And the pitch is going to get by Renteria and allow Valenzuela to get to second base. And Carissa Abby Zambrano hits a line drive, shot a long line drive out, and center fielder Chavez picks it up and fires it in. And that is going to keep, actually, because they have to kind of wait to see the Marina Valenzuela makes it to third. Zambrano is at first, so runners at the corners, just the one out. And that is going to be a shot that gets out into shallow center field. Again, Chavez knocks it down, throws it in, but not before Valenzuela is able to come in. So she scores, and now it is 6-1 with just one out. So Zambrano is at second. She moves over to second on that after her single. And Fuentes on first. And a swing, and as that swing had, and I don't know if the ball hit her or whether she just swung and spun around so far, and she's still down, Mariah Jimenez. And wow, that looked like it definitely hurt. Let's hope she is not hurt, and maybe it's just going down, slipping and going down so fast, so hard. I think it just knocked her for a loop, and she gets up and she's going to shake it off. Trainer's going to come over and make sure that she's okay. It definitely hit her. I think her left knee hit first and went down hard, maybe on the plate or right on the edge of the plate. She's going to walk it off a little bit. She's tough. She says she's okay. Coach Boyle coming over, just saying, all right. So 1-1 count on her with one out. A lot of ones on the board right now. 1-1 count, one out. Runners at first and second for Hobbs. Jimenez hits the next one. It's a pop-up. Marin going out for it. Oh, and she drops it. She drops it and then makes a bad throw to second, and the runner is going to come home on the error on the throw. So Zambrano called for it, and I thought she had it, but she dropped it and then made a throw over to second, and it was high and wide. So a fielding error and then a throwing error has Hobbs, back in business again. So Jimenez reaches on the error on 4, and then Zambrano is able to come in on the throwing error. And now Hobbs has the lead 7-1, and Fuentes is out on second, and a foul ball hit by Edith Chavez for strike number 2. So still just the one out. Just one out, runners at first and second. Fuentes on second, Jimenez at first for Hobbs. Chavez at the plate, an 0-2 count. She's protecting the plate, swing, and snaps it over down the third baseline, foul. But wow, that was a sharply hit ball. And Coach Boyle needs a glove over there. That had to sting just a little bit. And that hits, does that hit her foot? Nope. Chavez does a river dance to keep it from hitting her. but it does advance the runners on the wild pitch. It was low on the ground and hot, and Renteria trouble with that. So a wild pitch moves both of the runners. And Edith Chavez with a 1-2 count. And that also is a wild pitch. It's low, it gets by Renteria, and that will score 1. So wild pitches there costing Clovis a bit. And Renteria doing what she can. I know sometimes it's sort of half one, half the other. You got to choose one. You got to say, is it a wild pitch or is it a pass ball? Sometimes it's a little bit of both. And that is going to hit the outside corner but be low. So that is a ball, and that's going to run the count full now. So full count on Chavez. A swing and a high fly ball deep into left field, hits the fence and bounces up. It will score 1, and it'll be a stand-up double, an RBI stand-up double. Wow, for Edith Chavez, after running the count full, she hit the cover off the ball and just missed hitting it out of the park by maybe a couple of feet.
Now batting the first baseman, number 9, Ellie Garcia.
So an RBI double for her, brought in Jimenez, and makes it 8-1, or 9-1 actually for Hobbs. And that gets away from Renteria and moves the runner over to third. So Edith Chavez, after reaching on the double, and she gets caught in a run down, and they are going to call her out as, got just a little too aggressive out there. And Chavez ends up getting called out in a rundown, hot box as we used to call them when I was playing. And she got caught in the hot box and the rundown, and she lost the battle there. So she is out, and Ali Garcia to the plate.
Thank you, sir.
2 outs, a 2-0 count. So I was trying to keep things going. Nowak having some control problems here, and just trying to get back in form. Renteria trying to dig things out and save that one. Another low ball, and that's going to put Garcia on first. So another walk. That actually is only the second walk issued by Nowak.
Number 10, Natalie Silva.
Nowak with 2 walks. And the first pitch is in, and it is a ball. 2 outs, though. If Clovis is looking at it that way, Hobbs is thinking we'll just keep the line moving until we get this. Then they get this third out, and that's going to be 2 balls on Natalie Silva. So 2-0 count. A runner on first, 2 outs, 9-1 is your score. Hobbs leading Clovis. That's going to hit the ground and get away from Renteria. I call that that's a pass ball. That's not. And a throw down to second to try to keep Garcia honest out there. She moved to second on the pass ball. And another ball makes it 3-0. Garcia still dancing off, threatening to run out there, or was. So 3-0 count to runner on second, 2 outs, and that is going to miss high and put Silva on first. So third walk.
Now batting number 15, Addie Ralston.
Now Hobbs has batted around. Ralston started off the at-bat for Hobbs and grounded out to the second baseman on a fantastic play by Marin. But let's see, Ralston's a very capable hitter. She reached on a fielder's choice her first time up. That is inside on the ground. That's 2 balls. So Ralston with a 2-0 count. Or rather, Ralston with a 2-0 count. Ooh, a little chin music up and in for ball number 3. Hobbs threatening to get enough runs here. And that's going to be a call strike as the take sign was on for Ralston, and Nowak hit the zone when she had to, so 3-1. Hobbs would like to move to 10 or 11 to 1 here if they can. A swing and a foul will run the count full on Ralston. Fouled it off to the right, stayed inside. Bounced around a little bit, though. Full count. Hobbs would like to bring that runner in. Ralston's capable of parking one, too. All she needs is solid contact, though. Try to get on base, move the runner around. Oh, a call, strike 3 on the inside corner. As a batter, you never want to make the move and assume that you're going to get the ball. And because just as surely as you do, the ump is going to say, if it's close, the ump is going to say strike. First strikeout issued by Nowak for out number 3. And that does the at-bat for Hobbs, but not before they're able to plate. And plate big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across in that at-bat. So 5 runs makes it 9-1. Now Clovis coming up to bat. We'll be back with more Lady Eagles softball coming up on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Oh, yes! Strike! Good times, baby! Definitely good, healthy fun with family and friends is what you get at Bel Air Bowl, the only place. Got you covered and can make it happen. Find them on Facebook or Google Bel Air Bowl. They are located behind Big Lots in the Bel Air Shopping Center. Where we roll at Bel Air Bowl.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, Hobbs plated 5 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors, 1 left on base. And we go to the top of the 4th inning. It's the bottom of the order for Clovis. Sierra Rodriguez up first, then Cushing on deck, and then top of the order Lopez in the hole. First pitch was a strike. So we go to the top of the 4th inning after those 3 outs in the bottom of the 3rd. I'm adjusting my score bag. And a 1-1 count. And that is going to miss so low for ball number 2. So 2-2, or 2-1 rather. 2-1. Rodriguez reached on a single and got stranded her last time up. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Sigala out on the outside corner. Rodriguez taking a cut at it. The timing wasn't bad, but her bat was a little short to reach that. 2-2 count now. Swing and foul back to the screen. That was definitely, had she not swung, that was a strike for sure. Right over the plate, right about belt high. And a foul contact keeps her alive at the plate. 2-2 count. That is, it's just going to miss. I think it was the inside corner, but a little too low to be a strike. That'll run the count full. Yes. Oh, yeah. Call, strike on the outside corner. Nice pitch by Sigala. And that is, let's see, is that Sigala's 2nd strikeout in the game? She's issued 1 walk. So 1 out.
Now batting number 17, Madison Cushing.
1 out, nobody on. And Madison Cushing, the first baseman at the plate. She hits the first pitch she sees and sends it out, a fly ball out to right field. Silva comes in on it, but can't, she gets a hand on it, but can't stop it. It gets by her, but she makes the throw. She makes a stop, makes the throw in, and keeps Cushing at second. So a single.
Now batting the leadoff hitter, number 3, Selena.
And then she reached second on the little bobble on the throw. Oh, and that is going to be a foul ball as Cushing, or rather Selena Lopez, hits the first pitch she sees. And it goes down the 3rd base line, but ruled foul. So strike 1. 1 out, a runner at second, 0-1 count. Swing and a fly ball out to right field in front of Silva. and she makes the throw to first. It was well played, but did not really have time to get the speedy Lopez, and that's going to move Cushing all around to third base. So runners at the corners for Clovis with one out. Lopez with that single out to right field. A high pop fly, and it's going to go out of play. So Baeza with an 0-1 count on her with one out. Runners at the corners. Baeza at the plate. Marin on deck. Soto in the hole for Clovis. Clovis trailing 9-1. And she swats at that. A grounder headed to third. The throw pulls Garcia off the bag. And the runner scores, and then the throw to second does not get Lopez in time. So Lopez is safe on second. Baeza with the RBI single.
Now batting number 10, Jaslyn Madi.
And Clovis now is 9-2. Clovis trailing by 7 now. Jaslyn Marin, the second baseman, up to the plate. After Cushing scored across the plate for Clovis. High fly ball. It's called by the center fielder. Jimenez comes over, makes the grab, and throws it in. So nice work out there in center field for Jimenez. Marin with a fly out to position 8, center field for the second out. And the first pitch is hit. It acts like a bunt. It was a swinging bunt, really. But Segala is able to come over from the circle, pick it up, and just toss it up to Garcia for the third out. 1-3 in the books for the third out. So Clovis was able to put one run across. They do that on 3 hits. 1 run, 3 hits, no error, and 2 left on base. So we will go to the Lady Eagles coming up to the plate. We'll be back with more Hobbs and Lady Eagles softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Divine Energy Services in the Permian Basin. Divine is more than just an amazing partner in the oil field. They are committed to the youth in the Permian Basin as well. From academics to athletics, you can be assured that Divine is supporting it. Remember Divine Energy for all of your oil field needs. Divine Energy Services, supporting the Permian Basin and the Hobbs Eagles since 2006.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to Hobbs Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And we go to the bottom of the 4th inning as Hobbs comes up to bat. It's the bottom of the order. It'll be Rangel, Valenzuela, 8-9, and then top of the order is Zambrano. So 8-9-1 due up for Hobbs, as they were able to bat around and then bat around once, and then or bat around completely, and then Ralston batted twice in that last at bat for the Lady Eagles. So bottom of the 4th. 9-2 is your score. Hobbs is leading by 7 runs. If they would like to, they'd like to put a few more runs on and try to get enough to have a 10-run rule after 5 innings and shorten the game, this first game up, if they can. But they've got some work to do at the plate. They've been hitting today, though. First pitch is a call, strike 1 on Rangel. Rangel hit a triple and scored her last time up. She reached on a fielder's choice and got stranded her first time up. So she's 1 for 2. And that's going to be a ball to even up the count, 1-1. If she can find her way on, Valenzuela awaits on deck. A swing and a foul down the third base line over toward the Clovis dugout for strike 2. So 1-2 the count. As Nowak in the circle for Clovis, Renteria behind the plate. Nowak, your starting pitcher. That one floats high and outside for ball 2. So 2-2 the count. Nowak with 1 strikeout, 3 walks in the game. And a hit is going to be a line drive shot out into right field. Rodriguez plays the bounce out there and makes a good throw in, but a nicely hit ball by Rangel puts her on first, and Hobbs is in business. A single, and now Valenzuela.
Third baseman, number 14, Marina Valenzuela.
Marina is playing third base. She had an RBI single and scored her last time up. She had a single and scored her first time. She's 2 for 2. Doing a nice job in that 9 hole. Batting in that 9th slot. A 1-0 count. And that's going to be a call strike. So a 1-1 count and a throw down to first. Gets by and able to slide in safely at second is Rangel. So Rangel now in scoring position for Hobbs on that throwing, on the problem there. Trying to get, and I think that was caused by Rangel dancing. There's a high fly ball. Marin, the second baseman, calling for it, but really out of her range. If anything, it probably should have been Rodriguez's ball. Easier to run in on a ball and keep it in sight and know how to play it rather than to run out on it, especially on a windy day where the wind's playing with that ball, the high balls that are hit.
The leadoff hitter, the second baseman, number 4.
So got to put Valenzuela on with an E4, and the first pitch that goes to Abby Zambrano is hit, and 1 run will score. They do catch the lead runner though, but Valenzuela, rather Rangel, is able to come home.
Now batting the shortstop, number 5, Jackie Fuentes.
And Valenzuela gets called out, and Zambrano reaches first on the fielder's choice. Jackie Fuentes up. So 1 out, a 1-0 count on Fuentes. Ooh, a line drive shot just missed Nowak's head. A sharply hit ball. Her glove went up in reaction, but it sailed past her ear, maybe with an inch or two spare room, and that's it. She is wearing a helmet, a face mask, that is. Not a helmet, but a face mask.
Number 3,
But that's always scary, a line drive shot. Put Fuentes on base and sent Zambrano to second. And the first pitch is a call, strike 1. Second pitch it misses. And evens things up, 1-1. 1 out. Runners on first and second for Hobbs. They've plated 1. And a high fly ball headed out to center field. Chavez comes under it, makes the grab, and holds onto it. And the runners stay put. So a well-hit ball. Jimenez gives it a ride, but comes up short because Chavez makes a good grab.
The catcher, number 1, Edith Chavez.
And Jimenez flies out to position 8 for out number 2. And the first pitch is a ball. So Edith Chavez, the catcher, with a 1-0 count on her. High fly ball. It's in foul territory. And both the shortstop and third baseman for Clovis give chase. Lopez and Soto both hustling. Lopez really got on her horse and tried to catch that, but nobody can get there in time. So it just becomes a high, long fly strike. A little, actually a foul strike. So 1-1 count. 2 outs, runners on first and second. That hits the outside corner. Call strike 2. The ump has been very consistent on the outside corner. So as a batter, you got to know that you probably got to swing it. That's way too high and outside. In fact, it's a wild pitch that gets past Renteria and will move the runners. So Zambrano to third, Fuentes at second, and Hobbs a little closer to putting some more runs across the plate. The count is 2-2 on Chavez. She had an RBI double her last time. High fly ball going back to the wall, hits the base of the fence, and that'll score 1, that'll score 2, and put her on second base. An RBI double, 2 RBI double for Edith Chavez. And Hobbs looking good as they're able to score. I don't know what the question's about. As it is now 12-2. So Hobbs able to put runs across on that.
Now batting the first baseman, number 9, Allie Garcia.
Allie Garcia to the plate. First pitch is a ball. 1-0. 2 outs. A runner out on second. And a high fly ball, and it's going to be a hit and score 1. The throw comes in, and going out to get it from the circle is Nowak. But that definitely, that was not an error. That was a hit. But the fielding of that, maybe not done as well as it could be, for sure. So 13-2 now. And a high fly ball out to right field, and that is going to be an error. She got a glove on it, and then it rolled past her out to the fence, and that scores 1, and that is going to put Garcia on third. Or Silva, rather, on third. Silva on third. And that brings up Ralston to the plate.
Now batting number 15, Addie Ralston.
So an E9 put Silva on. Brought Garcia in. So 2 outs. Hobbs has been able to do a lot of damage here and get a lot of runs in with 2 outs. Ralston, a little chopper back to the circle. Nowak picks it up and then makes a bad throw over to first. It gets past Cushing, and it will score 1. Silva comes in, and Ralston reaches and rounds first and makes it to second.
Number 17, Sol Rangel.
And that brings up Sol Rangel, and Hobbs has batted around again this time. So still 2 outs. First pitch is a strike. And Sol Rangel at the plate. She had a single and scored her last time up earlier in this inning, in this at-bat, as a matter of fact. And that is low. It's going to get past Renteria, and that's going to put Ralston over on third. So the wheels coming off a little now here in this bottom of the 4th. And that is going to be a little weak contact, pop it up, and stay foul for a strike. So 2-2 is the count now on Sol Rangel. And 15-2 is your score now. I had not adjusted the score bug. I just looked down and realized that 3 was, I still had it as a 3 and not, I was seeing, thinking that I had changed it to 15-2. I had not, so it is now. There's Saul staying alive at the plate, making contact and fouling it off to the left. So count remains 2-2 with 2 outs. A runner on third. That is Ralston over there on third. Hobbs has put 6 runs across here in this at-bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. And if they can hold Clovis in the top of the 5th, they would have a run rule win, but there's some softball to play both on Hobbs and Clovis's part, so not going to count those chickens before they hatch. Just a possibility. And Rangel still staying tough at the plate, fouling another one off. 2-2 or now it's 3-2 actually, full count now. A swing and a high fly ball headed out to deep left, and that one is going to hit the fence. Thought it might bounce over. Baeza out there makes the stop and throws into third base, and I think the throw gets by Soto, gets out of her glove, so that's gonna it's yes, there was, yes sir. Ralston came in on that one, so an RBI triple for Rangel. I think it would probably might be scored as a double, and she moved over on the throw, but we're going to put it down as an RBI triple because I think it could go either way there. So it was a well-hit ball, bounced off the fence, and Baeza had a little trouble with the bounce out there. But that is going to bring Valenzuela to the plate, as now Hobbs is ahead 16-2, 2 outs. And Marina Valenzuela, third baseman, up to the plate. She reached on an error, got thrown out. She had an RBI single, and
now batting the third baseman, number 14,
and a single
Valenzuela
as well. So she is 2 for 3. Definitely got ding that time. Oh, okay. I'm getting I thought it was going to be a problem with this game, but no problems here. I'm getting a baseball score in. Evie texted me from the station. Hobbs 4, Roswell 2, bottom of the 2nd. So looking good for Hobbs there. And this time a ball getting by the pitcher, by the catcher again, and that's going to score Rangel from third. Oh, yeah, it's 15 runs after three innings. So, yes, once you get 15 runs ahead after 3, then it's the ball game. It's 10 runs after 5, 15 runs after 3. So that's a run rule victory for Hobbs. They win 17-2 because that wild pitch allowed the runner to come in. So let's get back to my score bug. And even though there were still 2 outs, it doesn't matter. Once Hobbs reached 17-2, that score, that becomes the final score. So that's a final, and I'm actually going to mark 3 outs on that just so that it'll be clear that that's a final score when you look at the score bug on the screen, because now we have about a 20-minute wait between games. And 17-2 is your run-ruled victory for Hobbs in the first one against Clovis. So let me go ahead and play some sponsors. Listen to those spots. I'll be back with the wrap-up for this first game coming up in just a couple of minutes here. Hobbs Softball on Lee County News and Sports, YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
It's me, Sammy Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes, your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Tell Sammy Sludge you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
That coffee shop owner down the street is trying to pay tuition bills. The florist, who's been there for every life moment, is just a few years from retirement. And there's an entrepreneur who risked it all to open a restaurant. Lee County State Bank encourages you to shop small. Our local businesses are barely hanging on, and they need our support now more than ever before. Follow Lee County State Bank on Facebook for small business spotlights. Visit us at onlinelcsb.com.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
Cinco de Mayo specials are going on this week at Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs.
Baby back pork ribs, $1.99 a pound. Boneless beef ribeye steak, $6.99 a pound. Fresh sirloin in pork roast, $1.19 a pound. Large Roma tomatoes, 99 cents a pound. Large red honey mangoes, 99 cents each. Fancy sweet corn, 2 for $1. And tropical kiwi fruit, 2 for $1.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda, 400 East Marlin, and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Oh, yes! Strike! Good times, baby! Definitely good, healthy fun with family and friends is what you get at Bel Air Bowl. Make it happen. Find them on Facebook or Google Bel Air Bowl. They are located behind Big Lots in the Bel Air Shopping Center. Where we roll at Bel Air Bowl.
And welcome back to Hobbs Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. So Hobbs with a run rule game, a win, 17-2 final score against Clovis in the first of a district doubleheader. And in that game, Clovis scored 2 runs on 8 hits. They committed 6 errors. They left 7 on base. And Hobbs was able to score 17 runs on 17 hits. They committed 2 errors. They left 6 on base. And that inning was called, the game was called in the, bottom of the 4th inning. That's right, bottom of the 4th for Hobbs, as they were able to get those, once they got the 17 runs, and it became a 15-run difference between the two. The rule is 15 runs after 3 innings and 10 runs after 5 innings, and that's a run rule. So Hobbs with a lot of hits. They did a lot of good things in that game. Only made the 2 errors. They did leave 6 on base. Clovis, it sounds like a much worse loss than it was. They scored the 2 runs. They got hits. They had 8 hits, but they also committed 6 errors, 6 costly errors, and had another couple that didn't go down as an error necessarily. They just weren't fielded as well, or there were some more of a mental error on those. They did also leave 7 on base, so they didn't get timely hitting. They were hitting the ball and getting on base, and they just had really too many errors in the field, and they left too many on base. But for them, it's a learning experience, and still certainly a good victory for Hobbs, but Clovis with a chance to learn and regroup from that, as the starting pitcher who pitched the whole game for Clovis struck out 2, walked 1, I believe. So not a lot of walks issued, but there were a lot of wild pitches and some pass balls as well. So those gave Hobbs opportunities to move runners around and in, whereas the stats don't look as bad, but still it was enough to give Hobbs opportunities to score, and they took those opportunities and made a shorter game of it than a full game. So 17-2 final score, with a chance for Clovis to catch their breath and Hobbs to also just take a little break and gear up for the second of this doubleheader. And with that victory, Hobbs, of course, goes up to 2-1 in district, and we'll be back and set the scene and have the next game probably in about 15 minutes or so from now. So we'll be back and have more Hobbs at Lady Eagle softball coming up on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Thank you for watching and listening. We'll be back. And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball, as this is the second game of the doubleheader this evening. And this, of course, on Hobbs Lady Eagle varsity field. My second rubber band left. Let's hope the wind doesn't get up again. So it is Selena Lopez, leadoff batter for Clovis at the plate. And that is going to be a call strike on the outside corner. So 2-1 is the count now on Lopez, trying to lead things off for Clovis. They lost the first game 17-2. And a swing and a grounder over to third. Valenzuela picks it up, fires over to Garcia for out number 1. Well played as Lopez got solid contact. And out 5-3 in the books. And 1 out now for Hobbs. Did a pretty good job fielding as well as batting in the first game. Hobbs had 17 runs on 17 hits. They committed 2 errors and left 6 on base in that game. Clovis had 2 runs on 8 hits, committed 6 errors, left 7 on base. And it was Segala who pitched for Hobbs. There's a hot grounder off the glove of Valenzuela, and Fuentes picks it up, makes the throw, and wow, almost makes the out even after it got off the glove of Valenzuela. And that was a very hard hit ball. And if it was on Clovis, I would do this the same in the book. If it was Clovis fielding, I am not going to mark that as an error. I think that was a very hot shot that Valenzuela did a good job just to get a glove on. I don't think it was actually playable. Hobbs did a nice job with it, but Baeza also hit a smoking hot grounder, and I'm just going to call that an infield single for Baeza. That puts her on first, so 1 out, 1 on, and Jaslyn Marin, the second baseman, up to the plate with a 1-0 count on her, and that misses high and outside. A little floater, I think Rodriguez with a changeup, seeing if she would chase. And she did not. 2-0 the count of Marin. 1 out, 1 on. Soto on deck, Chavez in the hole for Clovis. So Rodriguez. Ooh, and there's another hot grounder knocked down by Valenzuela. Has to field it. Whoa, nicely done as Valenzuela caught that on the outside of her glove. Then she had to make the throw, and Garcia made the stretch. And so it was well played, nicely fielded, a hot throw that Garcia worked to catch and to hang on to for the second out. So nicely played, 5-3 in the books. And robbed Marin of a base hit, but 2 outs for Hobbs. And now the first hit to Soto, or the first pitch is hit to Soto, and it goes to short and thrown over to first for the third out. So some good fielding, although Clovis stepping up, getting wood and getting solid shots on the ball, but fielding comes in for Hobbs, and 4 up, 3 down. So no hits on no runs, that is, on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. So Hobbs will come up to the plate and have a chance to put some runs on the board after their after the victory in the first game of this doubleheader. We'll be back with more Hobbs softball coming up on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Divine Energy Services in the Permian Basin. Divine is more than just an amazing partner in the oil field. They are committed to the youth in the Permian Basin as well. From academics to athletics, you can be assured that Divine is supporting it. Remember Divine Energy for all of your oil field needs. Divine Energy Services, supporting the Permian Basin and the Hobbs Eagles since 2006.
First America Bank believes.
Welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball, as we're in the bottom of the first inning now. After those 3 outs, Hobbs coming up to the plate. I was going to tell you that Sigala was the winning pitcher in that first game, and she struck out 2, walked 1, and that game, of course, was called in the bottom of the 4th inning, as Hobbs managed to put 17 runs across to 2. And so with that 15-run rule, that was the victory there. And
leading off for the Lady Eagles, number 4, Abby Zambrano.
line drive shot right up the middle. Puts Zambrano on. She hits the first pitch she sees, and she's on first with a solid single. And Hobbs is in business here in the bottom of the first inning, trying to get some runs across. Number 5, Jackie Fuentes, playing shortstop coming up. Then it's Jimenez on deck and Chavez in the hole. And that ball hits the plate, bounces up, and Renteria loses track of it. I call that more of a pass ball than a wild pitch. Sometimes, as I said, it's kind of half of one, half of the other. But you have to assign it somehow. And that first one, this one's going to be a pass ball that puts Zambrano on second. And it was, of course, low and a ball. And this one comes in a ball as well. 2-0 the count. Jimenez on deck, Chavez in the hole. Nowak in the circle for Clovis. Renteria behind the plate. Cushing at first, Marin at second, Lopez at short, Soto at third. And that was a strike, so 2-1 count now. High fly ball over the shortstop, going to hit between right and center, be fielded by the center fielder and thrown in, and will score 1. So the throw came in just fine, and the shortstop covering that throw just kind of bobbled a little. Otherwise, I think she would have come up. Once the coach Boyle at third saw the bobble, he went ahead and waved Zambrano in.
Now batting the center fielder, number 3, Mariah Jimenez.
So it really was an error that led to the run. A pop up, Marin has called for it and makes the grab. And that's going to bring up Edith Chavez. So Jimenez with a pop out to position 4 for
now batting the DP, number 1,
the first out.
Chavez.
Scored 1. And Fuentes stays at first. So 1 out. First pitch is a ball. 1-0 count on Edith Chavez, the cleanup batter for Hobbs. 1 out, a runner on first. And a little line drive shot to Soto at third. And they're going to be able to, it's a double play as Soto caught the ball and Fuentes had left, in fact, was rounding second to take third. And Soto made the throw, and so a double play ends Hobbs' at bat, but not before they put 1 run across. So a double play, a little unconventional, as Edith Chavez line drive shot to position 5 to Soto, the third baseman, for the second out, and then Chavez threw 5-3 to get Fuentes out, who had left first base for the third out. So a double play for Clovis. Some good heads-up base softball there. Hello, thinking baseball. So 4 up, 3 down for Hobbs. They do score 1 run, and they do that on 2 hits. No errors. And ended up with nobody left on base. So there you have it. 1 complete inning played, and the score is 1-0. Hobbs leading. But Clovis coming up to the plate. It's 5, 6, and 7 in the order, due up, and the first one is a swing and a miss for strike 1. So 0-1 the count. Chavez at the plate, Renteria on deck, Nowak in the hole. That is. And a swing and a miss as Rodriguez with a little change-up floated one on the outside corner and got Chavez ahead of it and chasing just a little. 0-2 count. Brings the fastball back, and it's a foul ball as it goes foul just before it hits third base, and Valenzuela getting down on that. So count remains 0-2 with no outs. That is Rodriguez in the circle for Hobbs. Ralston behind the plate catching this game. There's a swing, and a little chopper is going to go foul again. So it's Chavez fighting off some pitches here, protecting the plate with an 0-2 count on her. Garcia's at first, Zambrano at second, Fuentes at short, Valenzuela at third, Rangel in left, Jimenez in center, Silva in right. And a swing and a miss for strikeout number 1 for Rodriguez, as Chavez goes down swinging after fighting off some pitches. So we have a whole new battery for Hobbs in this second game of the doubleheader, as Segala pitched and Chavez caught that first game. It's Rodriguez pitching and Ralston catching in this one. Renteria, the catcher, with a high fly ball into deep left. Going back to try to get it is Rangel. She gets a glove on it, can't get it, but then makes a throw into second. The throw's good, but Zambrano drops the ball as the ball gets to her. But I think, and actually it was Chavez was sliding, or rather Renteria was sliding in at the same time. So no error, as that the error actually is in left field, as she had the ball in her glove. But then, to her credit, she did make the good throw into second, trying to get Renteria anyway. Renteria reaches on the error. So 1 out. And an 0-2 count now on Kiara Nowak, who is the pitcher. 1 out, a runner on second for Clovis. Hobbs leading 1-0. And that's inside. Ralston doing a nice job of grabbing that, not letting it by her. Otherwise, Renteria out there looked like she wanted to take third. So a 1-2 count now on Nowak, the pitcher. Rodriguez on deck, Cushing in the hole for Clovis. A swing, and that's going to drop in, and that's trouble. That's probably going to score 1 as Rangel gets to it, knocks it down, then makes the throw. And I think even if she had been able, I mean, she did good just to get to it by the time Renteria was rounding third. So that is going to be an RBI double for Nowak. So now we're tied up, 1-1. And foul ball makes it strike 1 on Rodriguez. That is Nowak out there on second after the RBI double and tying it up, 1-1. 0-1 count. And that comes in as a ball, so 1-1 now. Rodriguez at the plate, Cushing on deck, and then top of the lineup, Lopez in the hole. 1 out. Swing and a little chopper over to third. Valenzuela looks at the runner and then throws to first, as the runner really was getting by her. So she went ahead and took the throw and got the out. It does move Nowak over to third, but now Hobbs has 2 outs. So nicely played by Valenzuela. 5-3 for out number 2. Number 17, Madison Cushing up to the plate now. High fly ball. Who's calling for it? That's the Fuentes at shortstop calling for it. Other hand up there to help and makes the grab. So a pop out to position 6 for out number 3. Not before Clovis is able to plate a run, though. They do that. 1 run on 1 hit. And there was 1 error and 1 left on base. So we go to the bottom of the second inning. Hobbs coming up to bat. We'll have more Hobbs softball coming up on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Come on.
Personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
It's me.
Welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball. I have a score coming in from the Hobbs baseball game. Hobbs boys are in Roswell tonight. Roswell 9, Hobbs 4 in the bottom of the 4th inning. So pretty good game. Hobbs was up 4-2 in the bottom of the 2nd. And 2 innings later, it's Roswell 9 to Hobbs 4. But that game still got a few innings left. So good luck to the Hobbs boys. So we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Let me get my score bug back on screen and get you ready as Hobbs coming up to the plate, leading things off. Number 9, Allie Garcia, the first base woman. And first pitch is in. It's a ball. 1-0 count on her. We're all tied up 1 apiece here in the bottom of the 2nd inning, rather. And that pitch is going to be a strike. 1-1. On Garcia. Her first plate appearance in this game. High swing and a high fly ball headed out to left field. Coming over to make the grab is Lopez. A nice catch out there robbed Allie Garcia of a nice hit as she got good contact on that and sent it out to deep left. But fly out to left fielder position 7 for out number 1.
Now batting the right fielder, number 10, Natalie Silva.
Now at the plate, number 10, Natalie Silva. She bats from the left side of the plate, and you could tell she thought about that little slap bunt right at the last second and did not go for it, and it was a ball. Just a little too outside. That one, though, hits the outside corner, a call. Oh, I thought it was going to be a call strike. It looked good to me. So that is ball number 2, 2-0 on Silva. That one is comes across the corner, but too low. In fact, it gets away from Renteria. So 3 balls, and I'm not unhappy that was called a ball on our batter. But just looking at the pitch itself, I felt like that was going to be a call strike. And that one is a grounder, a hot one headed to Lopez. She gets a glove on it, and then it gets behind her. So an E6 is going to put Silva on base because that was a fieldable ball in my estimation. It still was a hot one to handle. It had a little spin on it, and I think when it got to her and hit her glove, it kind of took a funny bounce. Still, you got to make a choice. Is it a hit or an error? And I think in this case it is an error. Silva on first, no matter, with a chance for Hobbs. And the first pitch is in, a strike on Rodriguez. 0-1 count. 1 out, a runner on. And that's going to hit the inside corner for a call. Strike. 0-2 the count. A throw down to first to keep Silva honest over there, and that is going to be low and hit the plate, get past Renteria, and that's going to put Silva on second. So a pass ball. And ball number 1, 1-2 count. Oh, swing and a miss as Nowak came back with a fast ball and a riser. And Rodriguez just swinging just a little behind it and a little under it. And that is strikeout number 1 for Nowak in this game. 2 outs, but Hobbs can certainly do some damage with 2 outs. They did. They put like 6 runs across in one of their at-bats against Clovis in that first game. So, and they did most of the damage with 2 outs, so they can do it. First pitch is ball, and then a hot grounder is going to be a single and probably score 1. It will, as that ground ball was smoking when it hit between the third baseman and shortstop. I know Soto is mad at herself out there, but I don't think she really had any chance at that. She lunged at it, but it was moving. It was really smoking when it went by her. So Rangel with an RBI single. She moved to second on she moved to second on the throw. She had an RBI single. And that's going to be a little bloop hit single in shallow left, and we'll score 1, and we'll put Valenzuela out on second. So nice, as Saul Rangel had an RBI single and moved to second on her hit. And then Valenzuela has an RBI single and moved to second on the throw-in. So Hobbs has put a couple across in this, and as I said, they've put a couple of runs across with 2 outs, so they're leading 3-1 here. And that pitch hits Zambrano. So Abby Zambrano on a 1-1 count gets hit by a pitch and takes first base.
Now batting the shortstop, number 5, Jackie Fuentes.
It's going to bring up number 5, Jackie Fuentes, to the plate. Fuentes playing shortstop for Hobbs. Singled and got thrown out her first time up. Got caught in a double play by Clovis. And the first pitch is a ball. So 2 outs. Runners at first and second now. Zambrano on first, Valenzuela on second, and that floats in just a little too high and inside for ball number 2 on Fuentes. So 2-0 the count, 2 outs, 2 runners on. A 3-1 ball game. Hobbs up by 2, lots of 2s right now. And there's a chopper that's going to be fouled down the third base line. So that will be strike 1 on Fuentes. Jimenez on deck, Chavez in the hole. Chavez, the designated player for Hobbs in this game. She caught the first game, so she is not playing in the field in this game, but she is batting. There's a chopper over to third base. Soto picks it up and then goes and tags third base to get the easy out. The force out on third. So that ends Hobbs at bat. 5 unassisted on the force out at third. And that's it for that at bat. But Hobbs is able to put a couple of runs across. They do that. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. Nope. Yes, 1 left on base. Because technically, Jackie Fuentes reached on the fielder's choice. So 3-1 is your score as we move to the top of the 3rd inning, and we'll be back with more Hobbs softball coming up on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Sammy Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes, your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Tell Sammy Sludge you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
That coffee shop owner down the street is trying to pay tuition bills. The florist, who's been there for every life moment, is just a few years from retirement. And there's an entrepreneur who risked it all to open a restaurant. Lee County State Bank encourages you to shop small. Our local businesses are barely hanging on, and they need our support now more than ever before. Follow Lee County State Bank on Facebook for small business spotlights. Visit us at onlinelcsb.com.
Just call us if it's a ride you like.
And welcome back to Hobbs Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. As Carrelli Baeza is up first for Clovis. And that's going to be called strike on the outside corner. A snap throw by Ralston down to first. And 2 strikes on Baeza. And that's a ball, so that is a 1-2 count. No outs, a runner on first. A swing and a miss. So a strikeout, as that was a nice pitch to throw with 2 strikes on her. Baeza had to protect the plate, and Rodriguez put a breaking ball in the outside corner. Baeza's bat was a little too short to get there and had a little speed on it as well. So 1 out. And the first pitch in and swung on. It's going to drop into left field. Rangel trying to get to it, can't in time. It's a hit, not an error. She knocked at. She didn't miss it. Didn't get a glove on it. She just couldn't get to it in time, and then had to pick it up and throw it in. She did keep the Lopez moved to second, and Marin on first with the single. So still 1 out. Ooh, that's a good pitch, and it's a call strike on the outside corner. Beautiful. A lot of speed on that. Rodriguez hitting the outside corner. 0-1 count on Soto. She grounded out to the shortstop her first time up. This is her second plate appearance, and now that was a little too high and outside. Missed the zone just a bit, 1-1. Chavez on deck, Renteria in the hole for Clovis. Runners on first and second. Swing and a little pop up. It's going to be tough, but coming in on it, Jimenez makes the grab. As that was a little changeup. Rodriguez threw an off-speed pitch, and Soto was trying to be patient, and she just didn't. She kind of had a weak swing on it, and just made easy contact. And really, Jimenez had to get on her horse and ride to get that. So nice catch, fly out to center field, position 8 for out number 2. That brings Chavez to the plate. 2 outs, an 0-1 count. First pitch in on her, a strike. Ooh, good one. Fastball at the knees. Rodriguez really finding the zone. Smoking a couple of them across. 0-2 count. Chavez struck out her first time up. She's 0 for 2. And a swing and a miss and a strikeout for out number 3 as well. So nice work as Hobbs 5 up, 3 down. No runs on 1 hit. No errors. 2 left on. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Hobbs leading 3-1, and we'll be back with more Hobbs softball coming up on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
Cinco de Mayo specials are going on this week at Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs.
Baby back pork ribs, $1.99 a pound. Boneless beef ribeye steak, $6.99 a pound. Fresh sirloin in pork roast, $1.19 a pound. Large Roma tomatoes, 99 cents a pound. Large red honey mangoes, 99 cents each. Fancy sweet corn, 2 for $1. And tropical kiwi fruit, 2 for $1.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda, 400 East Marlin, and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
And welcome back to Hobbs softball as we are in the bottom of the 3rd inning now. Hobbs coming up to the plate. They have a 2-run lead, but they'd like to get some more insurance runs for sure. And let me go and check I heard my phone ding again. Let's see. I have a score coming in. TJ Miracle reports he's doing the Lovington girls doubleheader tonight in Lovington. 6-4 final. Lovington won their first game tonight, and now they're going to play a second one. And let's see.
Leading off for the Lady Eagles, the center fielder, number 3.
Ooh.
Jimenez.
Hobbs boys, Lovington boys lost their game to Goddard in Lovington tonight, 19-2 final score. The final, it was a run rule win for Goddard. So that's a loss for the Lovington boys. But they'll have a couple more games against Goddard to try to get a win back. So 6-4 final in the first Lovington game. Lovington wins their first one just like Hobbs won their first one here. And we'll get back to this game now in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2-1 is your count on Hobbs. First batter up, Mariah Jimenez, center fielder. Swing and a solid shot. Boy, that was well hit. A line drive out to left field, goes to the wall, and is fielded well by Garza, who gets to it and throws it in. Still a ringing stand-up double for Mariah Jimenez. One of the best hit balls of this game so far. So stand-up double for her, puts her in scoring position for Hobbs, and brings up number 1, Edith Chavez, to the plate.
Edith Chavez.
No outs, a runner on second. Edith Chavez, designated player, and that comes in inside and gets away from Renteria. I think it may have bounced up, I'm not sure. It is a pass ball, and that's going to put Jimenez on 3rd for Hobbs, and 1-0 count on Chavez. Garcia is on deck. Silva in the hole for Hobbs. Ooh, and a fly ball But Chavez was way in front of that and fouled it off over to the left for strike one. So 1-1 count on her now. The pass ball with Jimenez over there on third. In scoring position for Hobbs. They're up by 2 here in this second game. They won the first one 17-2 in a run rule shortened game. That is going to hit the dirt. I would say dirt, but it's an artificial surface, so hits the ground. Renteria that time doing a nice job to get up and block that and keep that from getting past her. Otherwise, might have been at least a try for home on that one. 2-1 the count now. That also hits, but goes to the backstop, and this time Renteria, she fields it and flips it to Nowak, who had come in to cover home. And it's a good thing that Coach Boyle kept Jimenez on third there. So 3-1 the count now on Chavez. That runs inside, and that's a walk. So runners at the corners for Hobbs now. That's the first walk issued by Nowak. Again, the damage in that first game was not done so much by walks. I mean, Nowak only walked 3 batters, and I believe she struck out 2 in that first. She struck out. Yep, she struck out 1 and walked 3 in that first game. But so many pass balls and wild pitches really are what made the problem. And that's going to be Chavez taking second base on defensive indifference. No throw. So no outs. Runners at second and third for Hobbs. And Ali Garcia at the plate. And that is going to get away from Renteria. Now that was a wild pitch. That was inside. And that scores Jimenez from third. Chavez gets to third. But Renteria comes up and throws to third to keep Chavez there. So 1 run across, 4-1 now, Hobbs leading. And that is inside for ball number 4 on Garcia. Sorry about that. I wasn't keeping up the score bug on Ali Garcia's walk. So back-to-back walks, and now runners at the corner again. Corners for Hobbs, and a timeout being taken. Coach Chavez wants to go out and talk a little bit. I don't think she's going to make any changes right now. I think she's just trying to cool Hobbs down a little bit and trying to rally her girls. I tell you what, Nowak pitched that first game, and it's obvious with such a short bench that she's probably maybe the only pitcher, or the only girl who's willing to get out there and pitch. And when that happens, you gotta have your hats off to her. It's a tough position to be in when you know that you're doing your best out there in the circle, and the other team is just ringing up runs, getting hits, and on wild pitches, pass balls, that the other team is just going to town, and it takes a lot of courage to go out there and just play your best, no matter what position you're in, but especially as a pitcher, there's a lot on your shoulders. And the first pitch is in, a high fly ball out to deep left, but Garza gets under it and makes the good catch and then throws in, but certainly not in time to be able to get the run at the plate. Then turns around and throws, and will keep that scored Chavez. And Garcia, or just Chavez, rather.
Now batting number 7, Anaya Rodriguez.
And Rodriguez at the plate. Hits the first one she sees, a grounder over to Marin, and she throws to Cushing for the out. So Silva grounding out.
Batting the left fielder, number 17, Sol Rangel.
So Anaya Rodriguez grounding out 4-3 in the books for the second out. as Silva had hit a long fly ball out there to left field. But it was caught for the first out. So Rangel up to the plate. She had an RBI single and scored her first time up. 2 outs. Swing and a high fly ball headed out to left field. Garza coming under it, and she makes the catch. And right at the end of her glove. That's a dangerous way to catch without another hand up there, but she hung on to it. And a fly out to left field ends the at-bat for Hobbs, but not before they're able to put 2 runs across. So 2 runs. They did that on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left on. So Hobbs 5-1 now. Will go back out to the field. Clovis with a chance to bat, and we are going to go to the top of the 4th inning. Your score 5-1, Hobbs leading. More Hobbs Lady Eagle softball coming up.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
And welcome back to Hobbs Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Here we are in the top of the 4th inning, and a Clovis at bat. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, Hobbs was able to put 2 runs across on 2 hits. There were no errors, 1 left on base. And a foul ball out of play off to the left for Brooke Renteria. Number 7, playing a catcher in this game as well. And I mentioned, you know, the same pitcher, same catcher in the first and second games. Ooh, a well hit ball out of play off to the right, just off the very end of the bat. So Renteria catching one a little on the inside, one on the outside, fouling them off left and right. 1-2 count on her now. First batter up for Clovis here, top of the 4th. Clovis trailing 5-1. Yes, a call strike on the inside corner. The ump has been very consistent with that call. And that strikeout is, let's see, that is strikeout 1, 2, 3, 4. That is strikeout number 4 for Rodriguez.
Now batting number 14, Kiara Novak.
First out in this at bat, Kiara Nowak, the pitcher, up to the plate. Swing and a well hit ball, sharply hit down the third base line, and it goes foul. Nowak way out in front of that pitch. I mentioned, you know, Nowak being very brave as a player, doing what your team needs you to. They don't have another pitcher, and you pitch back to back, even when the first game doesn't go so well. And you're back out there in the circle doing the best you can, and actually doing I think even better this game than she did the first against Hobbs so far. That is a call strike on the outside corner. Ump he's called the corner. Sometimes he felt like, I think that one crossed the plate. It had movement late and across the outside. It was headed to middle and then crossed in the outside. So he was a call strike, and that becomes the 5th strikeout for Rodriguez. Number 8, Sierra Rodriguez, designated player for Clovis, steps up, hits the first ball that she sees, out of play, off to the right, foul for strike 1. So 2 outs now. 2 outs. 0-1 count. A swing, a little hit back to the circle. Rodriguez picks it up, fires to Garcia for out number 3. Pretty efficient. 2 strikeouts and then a hit to the circle. 1-3 in the books for out number 3. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe about 8 pitches pitched in that, 8 or 9 pitches in that at bat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 10 pitches, or maybe 11 if I probably didn't write one of those fouls down. I wrote it as a strike, but not foul, so maybe 11 pitches, but still pretty efficient. 1, 2, 3, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. And we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and Hobbs coming up to the plate. They lead 5-1 over Clovis in the second game. Back with more Hobbs softball coming up.
Oh, yes! Strike! Good times, baby! Definitely good, healthy fun with family and friends is what you get at Bel Air Bowl, the only place to bowl for nearly 100 miles around. You can grab a snack and bowl, play pool, or even video arcade. They're the perfect place for a birthday party. Bel Air Bowl has got you covered and can make it happen. Find them on Facebook or Google Bel Air Bowl. They are located behind Big Lots in the Bel Air Shopping Center. Where we roll at Bel Air Bowl.
Welcome back to Hobbs Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Hobbs leading 5-1. A much different game in this second game, and Nowak actually doing a pretty good job in the circle for Clovis so far, and it's Renteria behind the plate again. So same batter. You got to be pretty tired, especially as a catcher. Well, I talked about the courage as a pitcher, pitching back-to-back when the first game doesn't go so well. But, man, a catcher, back-to-back games, yeah, you got to be in really good shape and to be doing that. So definitely. Well, as that is going to get past Renteria and be ball number 2. So 2-0. That is number 14, Marina Valenzuela, up to the plate for Hobbs. She had an RBI single and got put out at third her first time up. Nicely hit ball, high fly, going out to deep right field. Baeza is over. Baeza was shaded over anyway, and had she not been playing shaded over just a little, she probably wouldn't have gotten to that in time. She had to move over to the right and back and catch that nearly at the wall. Valenzuela giving it a good ride, good solid contact, but a good catch out there, a fly out to right field, position 9 for out number 1. And that means that it is top of the order now as Abby Zambrano coming up to the plate for Hobbs. That's going to miss high and outside for ball 1. Cushing at first, Marina at second, Lopez at short, Soto at third, Garza in left, Chavez in center, Baeza in right for Clovis. And that's going to miss, or actually that's going to be a strike. 2-1 is your count now on Abby Zambrano. Swing and a miss. That could be headed over the fence. Is it over? Yes, it is. Zambrano with a solo dinger, a solo home run. Nicely hit. That was more of a line drive shot that just carried. And Zambrano makes it 6-1. Nicely done. Just caught a hit and just laced into that and hit it just right over, kind of between left and center field near the flagpole. And just a solo shot out of the park. So now, still no runners on, 1 out. And that brings up number 5, Jackie Fuentes, the shortstop, to the plate. She reached on a fielder's choice.
Number 5, Jackie Fuentes.
And she hit a single and got put out as part of a double play her first time up. So she has definitely gotten solid contact with the ball a couple of times in this game. Does there as well. Straight up the middle, a hot grounder. Chavez will come in on it, make the grab. Nicely fielded, thrown in to the cutoff person, second baseman, but a great single for Fuentes. Nice work putting her on first with 1 out. And that brings number 3, Mariah Jimenez, the center fielder, to the plate.
The center fielder, number 3, Mariah Jimenez.
She had a double and ended up crossing the plate and popped out to the second baseman. So she's 1 for 2. And a snap throw down to first to keep Fuentes on. And that misses high. Let's see. That's, I think, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Swing and a foul back. Back to the screen. So I believe that's 2-1 the count now. Yes, 2-1 is the count. The ump shows that to us again. And that hangs up for ball 3. Just hangs up a little in Nowak's hand. Missed the release point there a little, but 3-1 is the count. No outs, a runner on first. Swing and a line drive shot in between the shortstop and third base. Garza grabs it, throws into third, but it will be a single for Jimenez. So runners at first and second now. Brings up Edith Chavez to the plate, the cleanup batter for Hobbs. She walked and scored her last time up.
Number 1, Edith Chavez.
She had she hit a hot line drive to the third baseman her first time up, and that is inside. Renteria does a good job of picking that up. Doesn't get past her, otherwise it would have been probably runners moving over to second and third. So Chavez with a 1-0 count on her. And that misses inside as well. 2-0 count, runners at second and third still. No, just one out. That long fly ball to left field, the only out so far for Hobbs. 3 straight single, or a solo homer, and then 2 singles. 3 hits in a row, and now 3 balls in a row. 3-0 count on Chavez. Garcia on deck, Silva in the hole for Hobbs. They'd like to have another breakout inning. They've put 1 run across already. And a swing and a grounder over to shortstop. She tosses over to third for the force out and gets the lead runner. So Chavez will reach on a fielder's choice. And Fuentes is out at third, 5 unassisted. Or no, it was 6-5. Sorry about that. 6-5. That's right. 6-5.
Now batting the third baseman, number 9,
Shortstop tossing
Garcia.
over to third base to Soto for second out. And runners at first and second. Now number 9, Ali Garcia, the first baseman, up to the plate. 2 outs, 2 on. Golden opportunity for Hobbs to go ahead and bring them around and in, get some more runs on the board. First pitch is inside and low for ball 1. 2 outs here, bottom of the 4th, 6-1 your score. Hobbs leading by 5. And that is going to be a little bit low. I think it would probably didn't miss the inside corner by much, but low, and makes it 3-0 now on Garcia. Silva on deck, Rodriguez in the hole for Hobbs. That stays up high for ball 4, and Garcia works the walk and loads the bases. Silva coming to the plate. She had a fly out to left field her last time up. She reached on an error and scored her first time up.
Now batting the right fielder, number 10, Natalie Silva.
That's going to be called strike on the outside corner on Silva. Silva, left-handed batter, playing right field for Hobbs, doing a nice job out there today. Oh, well hit, but it's foul. Sharply hit. Just needs to swing a little sooner on that, snap the bat around a little faster, but wow, well hit. Just foul, so a long strike. That misses, hits the dirt. Renteria blocks it, keeps it from getting by her. Runners stay put. Bases are loaded. Hobbs doesn't want to leave them loaded. There's a little grounder over to second. Marin scoops it up and throws it over to first, and that's it. Yep, that's it. Third out. So Silva grounds out 4-3. And Hobbs, golden opportunity. They put one across, but they left the bases loaded. So 1 run on 1, 2, 3 hits. One of those hits, a solo homer by Abby Zambrano. No errors, and 3 left on base. So we will go to the top of the 5th inning. Hobbs leading 6-1. We'll be back with more Hobbs softball coming up on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Divine Energy Services in the Permian Basin. Divine is more than just an amazing partner in the oil field. They are committed to the youth in the Permian Basin as well. From academics to athletics, you can be assured that Divine is supporting it. Remember Divine Energy for all of your oil field needs. Divine Energy Services, supporting the Permian Basin and the Hobbs Eagles since 2006.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to Hobbs softball as top of the 5th inning, and it is bottom of the order. Cushing up to the plate. First pitch is in, a swing and a miss for strike 1. So top of the 5th, 0-1 count. A high fly ball. Is it out of the park? No, it's going to hit the fence. Jimenez makes the grab and throws it in. Well played. I mean, that was a well-hit ball by Cushing. Hit the bottom of the fence, but Jimenez played it perfectly off of the fence, turned and made a great throw in to hold Cushing on first.
Now batting number 8, Sierra Rodriguez.
Brings up. Now I've got Lopez. Selena Lopez is your batter, top of the lineup. That was Madison Cushing who hit the single, and now top of the lineup for Lopez. Then Baeza, then Marin. And that pitch comes in. It's going to be a ball as well. So 2-0 count. 2-0. No outs, 1 runner on. Ooh, good pitch on the outside corner, and Lopez knew it. She turned around and looked at the third base, her coach at third base, and said, yep, it was a strike. A swing and a high fly ball out to center field. Jimenez coming under it, makes the grab and hangs on to it. So nicely played, and Lopez gave it a ride and a try, but a fly out to position 8 for out number 1. Brings up Corelli Baeza to the plate. She struck. And the first pitch is a ball, so 1-0 is the count. Baeza struck out her last time up. She had an infield single and got stranded her first time up, so she's 1 for 2 in this game. Ooh, swing and a foul tip. Hit the catcher, Ralston, on the top of the head, out on the helmet, I think. So 1-1 count, 1 out, a runner on first. Top of the 5th inning. Ooh, swing and a miss as Rodriguez took a little speed off of that, and Baeza was in front of it and under it for strike number 2. 1-2 the count. Marin on deck, Soto in the hole. Swing and a grounder headed to second. Zambrano picks it up, fires over, and then trying to turn the double play. Hobbs is able to do that. Beautifully turned and got her by about half a step as Corelli Baeza hit a grounder 4-6-3 as she threw it to second, and it was Fuentes covering second. Then Fuentes fired over to Garcia at first for the double play. Nicely turned as Hobbs has a short at bat for Clovis to work with there. 3 up, 3 down in a less conventional way, you might say. But 3 outs and a nicely turned double play. We'll be back with more Hobbs Lady Eagle softball coming up.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. In the top of the, in the top of the 5th inning, there were no runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base as Hobbs turned a double play to end the threat and to come up to bat themselves here in the bottom of the 5th. So bottom of the 5th, as I catch my score bug up. It is 6-1, the score. Hobbs leading by 5. And it's the bottom of the order for Hobbs. 7-8-9. 7-8-9 due up, bottom of the order. Rodriguez, Rangel, Valenzuela. The first pitch floats in. Not a call strike. I thought it might have been, but it missed the zone. So 1-0 count. And that one also a little low. So Nowak hitting the zone as far as left to right goes, but just a little low for a strike. And that one probably was going to be called a strike. She brought it up, but Rodriguez liked the look of it, snapped the bat around a little early and fouled it off to the left for strike 1. 2-1 count. Rodriguez pitching this game for Hobbs, doing a nice job. Oh, and that hitter came inside, and Rodriguez didn't move. She flinched, and she took one for the team there. But the ball was inside, hit her in the knee. Rodriguez stands up pretty close to the plate in the front of the box. So there she was hit by pitch. Takes her base. That's the first hit by pitch in this game.
Number 17, Sol Rangel.
And that one is inside, a throw down to second base, and nope. The tag almost got Rodriguez, but not quite. And is that Rodriguez running, or do we have a pinch runner? I think that might be a substitute runner out there. I'm not sure. The pitcher and catcher often get a courtesy runner for them, and I can't really see if that is. I think it might be Medina. It might be number 11. I can't really see. We'll try to catch that. There's a little bloop infield hit as it's knocked down. Nowak did a nice job getting to that. It was a bloop hit, and it was. I think it was going to stay fair. It might have bounced foul, but Nowak got it and then threw it to first base, but not in time. Rangel beat it out for an infield single. Marina Valenzuela up to the plate now. So an infield hit, a single. Puts runners at first and second. Oh, a sharply hit ball going out to left field, and Garza gets a glove on it but can't hang on to it. But she does throw to third, and they got her out. Wow. As, Rodriguez... As the runner at second had to tag up and then was running, but it did score. So Valenzuela actually has an RBI single. She moved to second on the throw and brought in Rodriguez, or the courtesy runner for her. I'm pretty sure that was a courtesy runner. And then Rangel got thrown out at third on the throw. There's a well-hit ball. It's over the fence. Yes, out of the park, and another homer, the second solo shot this game. Wow, incredible. That is a homer, and that's going to be a 2-run homer, as it was 7-1. And now it's 9-1. And nicely done there by Abby Zambrano. Second home run in this game. This one was a 2-run home run. As that brought in Valenzuela. And, of course, Zambrano. And makes it 9-1. Now number 5, Jackie Fuentes, the shortstop, up to the plate. And that ball is going to be low for ball 1. Hit the ground. And no outs, right? No, just the one out. The one out as the throw over to third that got Rangel out was out number 1. So 1 out. Bases cleaned off after that homer. Fuentes at the plate. She had a single and got thrown out her first time up, or her last time up, rather. Reached on a fielder's choice, got stranded, and hit a single and got thrown out as part of a double play. So she's 2 for 3, 4th plate appearance, 2-0 the count. Call, strike, 2-1. You know, Nowak still, when she throws a fastball, she's still got a pretty good pop in the glove on that. That was an inside shot, and Fuentes was waiting, just waiting to snap her bat on it. Sharply hit, goes foul over past the Clovis dugout. And it was inside, but I tell you, Fuentes was ready for it and just smoked it foul down the left field line. Strike 2, 2-2 the count now. And another inside one. This one is a little less foul, let's say, but down the third base line, it rolls foul. Another sharply hit ball. She waited a little longer on that, and she likes the inside pitches. She does, and she stands pretty close to the front of the box. There's not a lot of room to work with on that. If she likes the inside pitches, she might want to back up in the box just a little to give herself more room to be able to work with that ball. Because she snaps her bat around. There's not a lot of room between her and the ball when she does hit that. So that's why it's going foul a lot of times. And then a swing and a miss. So Nowak really stayed with her and worked it, and then threw a little off-speed pitch right down the pike and got her for out number 2.
Center fielder, number 3, Mariah Jimenez.
The other thing that she could do is choke up on that bat just a little bit. But when you're all jammed up, it makes that is a little awkward. Ooh, there's a good pitch right down the pike, and Jimenez with that strike evens things up, 1-1. Swing and a high fly ball, calling for it is Lopez at short, and she makes the grab and keeps it. So Hobbs manages to put 3 runs across on a 2-run homer and an RBI single. And it is 9-1 here with 3 runs across, 1, 2, 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We'll be back with more Hobbs Lady Eagle softball coming up.
It's me, Sammy Sludge. I'm the sludge inside your pipes, your toilet pipes, bathroom sink pipes, even your kitchen sink pipe. I'm inside and outside causing all sorts of problems. Plumbing problems? Call the Master. Master Plumbers, serving households in Lee County and West Texas for over 20 years. Tell Sammy Sludge you called the Master. Master Plumbers, 397-9385.
That coffee shop owner down the street is trying to pay tuition bills. The florist, who's been there for every life moment, is just a few years from retirement. And there's an entrepreneur who risked it all to open a restaurant. Lee County State Bank encourages you to shop small. Our local businesses are barely hanging on, and they need our support now more than ever before. Follow Lee County State Bank on Facebook for small business spotlights. Visit us at onlinelcsb.com.
Just call us.
And welcome back to Hobbs Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, nobody left on. In the bottom of the 5th brings up to the top of the 6th inning, and it is middle of the order, 3-4-5 due up for Clovis. And the second pitch thrown, swung on and missed for a strike, and so the count is even at 1-1. Top of the 6th, first batter up. This is Marin, the second baseman. A high fly ball going out to left field. Oh, coming up under it's Rangel. She had it in her glove, and then it pops out of her glove. She's done some good work out in left field in this game and in the first game, but that one is an error. I hate to write it down, but it did pop out of her glove, and that's going to put Marin on second with no outs.
Now batting number 20, Amor Soto.
Number 20, Amor Soto, the third baseman for Clovis, up to the plate. She had a fly out and hits the first one that she sees and fouls it out of play off to the right for strike 1. Soto had a long fly out to center fielder last time up. She grounded out to the shortstop, so she's 0 for 2. Clovis would say she's 0 for 2 and due. Hobbs would like to get her out. Pitch is inside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. No outs, a runner on second. Clovis doing their best to not get run ruled in this second game of the doubleheader. A high fly ball, and that's going out to left field. This time, Rangel gets it and keeps it. Like to see that. So redeeming herself out there in left field with the first out. Soto gives it a ride and a good try. Really good, solid contact on that ball, but robbed of a hit by Rangel. So 1 out. A runner on second. Number 1, Andrea Chavez, center fielder, up at the plate, and a runner going to third. No throw. Ralston just throws the ball back to the pitcher, and Marin slides in and does herself damage somehow. I mean, I think Valenzuela went over to cover the bag, but there was no throw. Just slid in and hurt herself a little. She popped up. It looks like she's okay. So Marin stealing third base. And the first pitch was a ball, so 1-0 count. That's a little too inside. Nice pitch by Rodriguez. But ball number 2, just a little too inside. Maybe a tad low. That one hits the outside corner for a call strike. Yes, sir. He's been calling that one, and Valenzuela, Rodriguez has definitely gotten some good call strikes on the outside corner. 2-1 the count now. Nice pitch and hit and a swing and a foul back out of play right over the announcer's booth up here. Foul ball comes back in to help populate the ump's pockets, his bags. Oh, and that misses, but nice job by Ralston to block it out, keep it in front of her. And now throwing down to third to try to get Marin, who danced off the bag. She gets safely back. And a full count now on Chavez. Nice hit, pop, coming up under it's Fuentes, the shortstop. She makes the grab and hangs on to it. High pop, though. That went up a long ways. Took a while to come down. Luckily, the wind has died down quite a bit so that Fuentes didn't have to work the wind on that, but it was a high pop fly. Nicely done. Second out. Kept the runner on third. Marin still holding on third over there. And Renteria, the catcher, up to the plate. And that is inside. Misses the inside corner of the plate, though. So 2 outs, a 1-0 count on this batter. A runner over there on third, threatening. Hobbs would like to shut things down, not allow that run. That's going over to third base. Valenzuela picks it up, fires over to Garcia. Nicely played. It was kind of a hot chopper of a grounder, but 5-3 in the books for out number 3. Clovis threatens to put a run across, but they do not. That run had reached on an error anyway, so no runs on no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. 9-1, still your score. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Hobbs coming up to bat. We'll have more softball on the way.
To ride you like, we'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
Cinco de Mayo specials are going on this week at Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs.
Baby back pork ribs, $1.99 a pound. Boneless beef ribeye steak, $6.99 a pound. Fresh sirloin in pork roast, $1.19 a pound. Large Roma tomatoes, 99 cents a pound. Large red honey mangoes, 99 cents each. Fancy sweet corn, 2 for $1. And tropical kiwi fruit, 2 for $1.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda, 400 East Marlin, and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
Welcome back to Hobbs Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. So in the top of the 6th inning, it was no runs on no hits, 1 error, 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Hobbs coming up to the bat. They lead 9-1. What they would like to do is just go ahead and get a couple of runs and walk off with a run rule shortened game, and just chop a half an inning, chop an inning really off of this game, or half an inning off. That's going to come in just a little too low and inside as number one Edith Chavez to the plate to start things off for Hobbs, as it'll be Chavez, Garcia, Silva, and I say really just top half an inning off of the game. There is a hot smoker down to Soto at third, but she scoops it up, fires over to Cushing at first and to make the first out, 5-3. So second pitch across the plate and 1 out. That brings up Allie Garcia, first baseman, to the plate. She walked her last 2 times up. Hits the first pitch she sees, a high fly ball coming into shallow center, and Chavez drops it. Chavez had to come way in. She got there. She made the catch, but then it went through her glove and dropped. So she did the hard part well, and it was just hanging on to it that she couldn't do. But an E8 is going to put Garcia on first. And that brings Natalie Silva, the right fielder, up to the plate. She grounded out her last time up, had a fly out to left field, and they reached on an error and scored her first time up. Hits a grounder to the shortstop. Lopez knocks it down, but then picks it up and makes a bad throw to first, and that is going to get the runner to second. And let's see, Garcia makes it over to third. So Silva reaches on an E6, and then really technically it was 2 errors. She picked it up and was throwing the ball and then made a bad throw, and Silva reached second on the throw, and there's a ball that gets past the catcher and will score the runner from third. And then the throw, and the throw goes out and it scores the other runner. So that's it. That's the ball game. That's 11-1. And as I said, if Hobbs could get 2 runs across, and they do, that would be the end of the game. So a run rule game, although Clovis played much better in this first one, or in this second one and in the first, and Hobbs did not have as much offensive production, but enough to get the job done after if the run rule is 10 rules after 5, and the score is 11-1. So it's a 10-run rule game in the second game of this doubleheader, and Hobbs wins both of those. So final score, even though that happened with just 1 out, I'm going to put 3 outs up there so that it indicates it's a full It's a full game, and you can see the end of the game at the end of the bottom of the sixth, there in the middle of the bottom of the sixth inning. 11-1 final score, so Hobbs wins both of the games. And we'll be back to wrap this one up in just a minute or two with more Hobbs softball coming up on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Oh, yes! Strike! Good. They're located behind Big Lots in the Bel Air Shopping Center, where we roll at Bel Air Bowl. Divine Energy Services in the Permian Basin. Divine is more than just an amazing partner in the oil field. They are committed to the youth in the Permian Basin as well. From academics to athletics, you can be assured that Divine is supporting it. Remember Divine Energy for all of your oil field needs. Divine Energy Services, supporting the Permian Basin and the Hobbs Eagles since 2006.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your...
And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball. This is going to be the wrap-up, as the final score in this one was 11-1. Hobbs wins it in the bottom of the sixth inning when they put the 11th run on the board and made it 10 runs ahead. The 10-run rule after 5 is in effect here, and Hobbs scored 11 runs on 12 hits. They left 5 on base. They committed 2 errors, and the winning pitcher is Rodriguez, who pitched the full game for Hobbs. Ralston was behind the plate, and Rodriguez struck out 5 and did not give up any walks and did not hit any batters. Let's see. Also, Hobbs turned a double play in the 5th inning, or rather, yes, they did. And then as far as hitting goes, there were 2 home runs by Abby Zambrano. She had a solo homer in the 4th inning and a 2-run home run in the 5th inning, both over the fence home runs for her. So Hobbs, a lot of offensive production, and were able to win both games. They won the first of the doubleheader, and the final score was 17-2. And then the second game, 11-1. So with that, Clovis will fall to 1-19 on this season. I think that's right. Yeah, 1-19, and they are now 0-5 in district. And then Hobbs will improve to, I think, 10-7. And they go to 3-1 in district with this. And I think Clovis just falls to 1-18. I had already taken that loss into account, and 0-4 in district. So 1-18 and 0-4 in district. So Hobbs is done for the rest of the week, and we'll be back in action next week, I believe on Tuesday night, so we'll have those games for you. It's all double headers from here on out through the district season, and they've got a couple of wins and some good confidence under their belt with a 3-1 district to take into play next week. So they will have to play, coming up next week, it looks like they're going to be playing Carlsbad, and then I believe they will play Roswell High. I'll have to double check, so I'm not sure, but I do know that they play on Tuesday. So I just didn't look that far ahead past Tuesday to know what the rest of the games look like. So definitely, a couple of good games for them. Clovis again in rebuilding mode, but man, they played. They never gave up. They had some good things happen. They were hitting the ball. They just had they had some errors in that first game. They only committed a couple of errors in the second game, and so that's how it all shakes out tonight. And hopefully you watched and you enjoyed. And congratulations to Coach Boyle and his Lady Eagles on tonight. And we say thank you for coming to Hobbs, and safe travels back to Coach Chaffez, the Lady Wildcats, and Clovis fans and families who were here. And have a safe, enjoyable Easter holiday weekend. Please. There will be some more sports on the schedule for these high school teams tomorrow and Saturday, I know, in some instances. So again, not everybody having a long weekend off. Some of our athletes still in playing and in contention. So thank you very much, and thanks to all of our sponsors. Glad that we got things fixed and the iPad loaded back up with all of the commercials so you could hear as well as see the sponsors' logos up on the screen. I'm Dawn Morgan. Thank you very much to Evie Stuber for monitoring audio and video and for sending some scores from other Lee County games in. We appreciate that, and I'm going to sign off. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Be sure and watch our Facebook pages and HobbsAmerica.com for upcoming games and schedules. Good night.